There's a lot of reasons for prepping. One of the main reasons isn't that, like most people would assume, that preppers want the world to end and the system to collapse and all this and that. No, quite the opposite. For a prepper, the main reason they prep is because they don't want it to happen. And they want everyone to prep. I mean, if everybody in my neighborhood prepped and had sufficient stores, then the system couldn't collapse. It's the people who aren't prepping, who don't think about tomorrow and the future in a year from now, who aren't not hoarding supplies, but responsibly putting them away for the future use, which is that's the only way to really truly survive, with any kind of degree of guarantee. But it isn't because we want the system to collapse. It's the exact opposite. I don't think there's any prepper that actually wants to see the system collapse and mass cannibalism and chaos and all this hard. No, I mean you might have some kind of all out on the limb guys who flirt with it, but a lot of that's just psychological preparation, just in case it does actually happen. A lot of it's just being able to handle the mindset of the changes that would occur. I mean, to be able to wrap your mind around the whole concept and all the variables, it's mind altering to be able to think like that. And that's what a lot of preppers do. But people misconstrue it like we actually want it to happen, like we're trying to make it happen. It's the opposite. Like we're desperately trying to keep it from happening. If everybody in this town where I live at, there's 10,000 people here. If every single person in this town prepped and had a year's supply of everything they needed for a year behind, there's no way that this area could collapse. City next door where nobody preps, guess what? They could collapse, but we couldn't because we've got enough. We've been saving up. If everybody in Texas prepped and had a year's supply in the future, guess what? The system could not collapse. It just wouldn't even be possible. I mean, portions of it could, this and that could collapse, but it wouldn't stay collapsed for very long because we would have the resources available on hand in order to remedy the situation, whatever it might be. Prepping, it isn't what the masses, the regular folks out there think, or these folks in the media that, preppers are some kind of crazies who want the world to end. Nope, it's the opposite. People who don't prep, who don't care about tomorrow and the future and aren't preparing for it, they're the ones trying to collapse the system and don't care about the future. They're the ones, if it collapses at all, it'll be their fault, not ours.